Good, happy Sunday evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this special report. Orlando shooting. 50 killed. Shooter pledged ISIS allegiance. An American-born man who pledged allegiance to ISIS gunned down 50 people early Sunday at a gay nightclub in Orlando, the deadliest mass shooting in the United States and the nation's worst terror attack since 9/11, authorities said. The gunman, Omar Mateen, 19, of Fort Pierce, Florida, was interviewed by the FBI in 2013 and 2014, but was not found to be a threat, the FBI said. Mateen called 911 during the attacks and pledged allegiance to ISIS and mentioned the Boston Marathon bombers, according to a U.S. official. Orlando police shot and killed Mateen. Mateen carried an assault rifle and a pistol into the packed Pulse Club about 2 a.m. Sunday and started shooting, killing 50 people and wounding at least 53, police said. After a standoff of about 3 hours, while people trapped inside the club desperately called and messaged friends and relatives, police crashed into the building with an armed vehicle and stunned janitors and killed Mateen. An act of hate. There has been no claim of responsibility for the attack on jihadi forms, but ISIS sympathizers have reacted by praising the attack on pro-Islamic State forms. While the violence could have hit any American community, this is an especially heartbreaking day for our friends who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, Obama said. Omar Sequan Mateen was born in 1986 in New York. Most recently, he lived in Fort Pierce, about 120 miles southeast of Orlando. Fearing explosives, police evacuated about 200 people from the apartment complex where he lived while they looked through his residence for evidence. He was married in 2009 to a woman originally from Ubascatiana, according to the marriage license, but he filed documents to end the marriage in 2011. Mateen had worked since 2007 as a security officer at G4S Secure Solutions, one of the world's largest private security companies. Mateen's parents, who are from Afghanistan, said he expressed outrage after seeing two men kiss in Miami, but they didn't consider him particularly religious and didn't know of any concerns he had to ISIS. A message posted in Arabic on a dark website associated with ISIS news agency Aman said the armed attack that targeted a gay nightclub in the city of Orlando in America, state of Florida, and that bore more than 100 killed and wounded was carried out by Islamic State fighter. But CNN Salou Zalabazi, who translated the message and closely monitors ISIS messaging, cautioned about taking the message at face value. She said the language is in previously ISIS announcement and that Arabic word for gay was used rather than an acquaintly normally used by ISIS. Also, there was no claim that the attack was directed, just an after-the-fact claim the gunman was a ISIS fighter, she said. At a Sunday afternoon news briefing, FBI Assistant Special Agent Ronald Harper said the agency was aware of Mateen. The FBI interviewed him in 2013 and 2014. He expressed sympathy for a suicide bomber, Harper said. Mateen was not under investigation at the time of Sunday's shooting and was not under surveillance, Harper said. In the past weeks, Mateen allegedly purchased a Gallic pistol and a long gun. ATF Assistant Special Agent in charge Tavar Villan told reporters. It's not known if those weapons were used in the attacks. Seen inside the nightclub. Pulse described itself as the hottest gay bar in the heart of Orlando. Hours before the shooting, the club urged partygoers to attend its Latin Flavor event Saturday night. The club is a vast open space that was hosting more than 300 parties late Saturday and into Sunday morning. People inside the Canvers nightclub described the scene of panic made more confusing by the loud music and darkness. Christopher Haynes said he was getting a drink at the bar about 2 a.m. when he just saw bodies going down. He heard gunshots, just one after another after another. The gunshots went on for so long that the shooting could have lasted a whole song, he said. When the shots erupted, Henson hit the ground, crawling on his elbows and knees before he spotted a man who had been shot. Survivors provided CNN with the dramatic accounts of how they avoided death. One person hiding in the bathroom covered herself with bodies to protect herself. Some entertainers hid in a dressing room when the shooting started and escaped the building by crawling out when police removed the air conditioning unit. One of the bartenders said she hid under the glass bar. Police came in and said, "If you are alive, raise your hand." Then police got her and others out. After the intentional shooting, police surrounded the club while Mateen was inside with club goers, hiding in bathrooms and other parts of the building. People inside the club were communicating on their phones with law enforcement from that time until around 5 a.m., when authorities used an armed vehicle to break down the door of the building. Hospital swarmed with victims. 39 people and Maine teen were pronounced dead at the scene, with 2 bodies found in the parking lot. Mayor Buddy Dyer said 11 people were taken to the hospital and pronounced dead there, he said. The city of Orlando is posting names of the deceased on a website after next of kin are notified. The youngest person among the first 7, named Louis Amon Kapu, was 20 years old. The 43 of the wounded people were patrons on Sunday afternoon at Orlando Regional Medical Center, a hospital spokesperson said, with 26 operations being performed. Blood donors to help in Orlando. Before Sunday, the deadliest shooting in U.S. history were at Virginia Tech in 2007 and Sandy Hook Elementary School in 2012, with 32 and 27 killed. 14 people were killed in December in an attack in Santa Barbara, California. National media attention was already focused on Orlando over the weekend because of Friday night's fatal shooting of Christina Grimmie. While she signed autographs after a show, she was an up-and-coming singer who had appeared on NBC's The Voice. Her shooter then killed himself. The Pulse shooting happened only a few miles from the Plaza Live Theater where Grimmie was killed. Dyer, the mayor, called for the city to come together. He said, "We need to support each other, we need to love each other, and we will not be defined by a harmful shooter," he said. President Obama called for flags to be lowered to half-staff, and Florida Governor Rick Scott called for a moment of silence across the nation at 6 p.m. Sunday. State of an emergency were declared for the city of Orlando and Orange County. Santa Monica arrest. Also on Sunday, authorities in West Hollywood, California took a suspect into custody after discovering an arsenal in his car that included explosive powder, assault weapons, and a camouflage outfit, citing unnamed authorities. The suspect told authorities he was there for the Los Angeles Pride Festival, which is underway this weekend. There were no incident. The arrest was related to the Orlando attack. 11 Orlando police officers and 3 sheriff's deputies who exchanged gunfire with the suspect will be temporarily relieved of duty pending an investigation. One officer suffered an eye injury when a bullet struck his Cleveland helmet, said Danny Banks, special agent in charge of Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Orlando Bureau. The helmet saved the officer's life, Banks said. This is a hate crime. The attacks were denounced on Sunday by a numerous group, including the Veronica Afghan President Muhammad Hashu and Council on America Islamic. Nadia Smith of Equally Florida said the group are planning vigils around the nation. Barbara Pomone, owner of Orlando nightclub Pulse, released the following statement on Sunday. She said, "Like everyone in the country, I'm devastated about the horrific events that have taken place today.